Yeah, what we want to hear is about basically the story about who tried to kill you roundaboutly.
Okay.
And
All right, John, my husband, Larry, and I went up to the woman's house because she was having some paranormal problems. She claimed it was her daughter. We went through the interview and everything, and my husband, who is a priest, was doing an exorcism over the woman, who she wanted it just because she felt that maybe if she had it, her daughter would go through it, because she really felt her daughter was being possessed. Her daughter had scratches on her arms and everything. So halfway through the exorcism, the woman goes completely nuts. She starts ripping off her jewelry. I mean, beautiful silver jewelry, beautiful turquoise. She's ripping it off. She's screaming, and she's fighting. John and I are trying to hold her so my husband can pray over her. She's glaring at me, and she's telling me I'm going to pay for this. So all of a sudden, the more my husband's praying, the calmer she gets. And finally, she's finished. She apologizes for everything she went through, and she leaves. Next, her daughter sits down, and we start praying over her daughter, and we hear her footsteps coming in the kitchen. And John goes, I told her to stay out, to the woman that owned the house. We told her to stay out. And why is she interrupting her daughter's prayer session? All of a sudden, we spin around, and she's standing in the door, and she's got this cannonball type thing and a claw hammer, and she's threatening to kill us. So John and my husband get in front of me, and I get over with the girl, and she's screaming and yelling that she wants us dead and everything. And all of a sudden, she looks at her daughter, and she puts her hand out like this. And I jumped in front of her daughter, and I felt this heat go through me. She spins around, and she goes upstairs. So John's yelling, let's get out of here, let's get out of here. So we all go running for the door. We go out the front door. We hear her come down the back stairs, and she bursts through the back door. And there she is in all a purple robe, purple dress. And John looks at the daughter and says, what happened? Oh, I forgot to tell you, she was in a cult, and she was the high priestess. So she walks away from us. She goes to this house, and the daughter says, oh, don't worry about it. She can't get in. The door's frozen. It just won't open. This woman kicks in the door, and she goes in, and we hear her rummaging around this house, and she comes back out, and she's like a puppet. She's walking, she walks still, and then she goes down. And all of a sudden, it's like somebody jerks her strings, and she stands up again, and she walks a little farther, and then she goes down again. And it's like somebody jerks her up again, and she walks a little farther, and she's playing with something in the pool. She's got her hand in the pool, and she comes over to where we're standing. By this time, we're out of the yard completely, and she's throwing things at us. And she goes, here, John, this is for your museum. And then she turns around, walks back in the house, goes upstairs, and sets a fire in the attic. So the daughter had to end up getting the police there, and they carted her off.
Was this after they cleared the house?
This is before.
This is before they
Very
cleared the
important
house.
question.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Okay.
Was she successful in killing you?
No.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Sometimes my kids think this, but
I've been waiting
So
to ask
how
that.
did you get back into the clearing?
Pardon me?
How did you get back into the
They
clearing?
called us back. They called us back to do the clearing. Unfortunately, I went back, and I was sitting next to her, and it was a couple months later, and I'm sitting next to her, and I hear this noise. And I turn to look, and this black thing shoots out, and she puts her hand on my leg, and I didn't feel anything at first, and I get up, and she says she's feeling fine and everything, and I said, no, it's still here, I feel it. So John and I are going around the house, and we go to one area, I still feel it. He goes, I'm feeling nothing. I go to another area, I go, I'm feeling it here. He goes, no, I'm not feeling anything. She had put it inside of me to get rid of it. So I left the house, and my husband prayed over me, and it was gone, but she had deliberately put it inside of me so that it would go.
What did you put inside?
A demon. or whatever was she had summoned forth, because I think all her problems she had brought forth to herself.
Well, yeah, that's very interesting. Yeah, that's excellent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I kept looking at you.
Okay. So, I just want to get your version of what you were seeing and what you saw. And what we do is when we edit this together, we go back and forth between the stories, that kind of thing.
Okay, during the exorcism, we started out quite quietly. She sat on the couch, and I started the prayers of exorcism. And immediately, can we?
No, that's okay. Take your time.
The exorcism started out quite quiet. As a matter of fact, she sat on the couch. She was very quiet. I started the prayers of exorcism, and right away, she became very, very violent. She was wearing these religious medals and medallions and crosses around her neck. She just tore them completely apart. Her face kind of waxed over. Her eyes became glassy, staring, and then she became very, very violent.
And how did she try to kill your wife?
Well, she tried to kill Debbie, John, and myself by storming in after the exorcism was over. She came in with a claw hammer, and it looked like a cannonball in her hand, and she was getting ready to either strike us with it or throw the ball at us.
Okay. And
What about, obviously you're wearing this. You want to just tell that you're what kind of priest you are, what denomination, and so on and so forth?
Sure, I'm an independent Catholic priest. I have a valid ordination from both the Eastern Orthodox and Roman Catholic churches. Actually, I belong to neither, so that I'm able to perform and minister to people of all different ethnic or religious backgrounds.
and what are the prayers of exorcism?
The prayers of exorcism which I use are taken from the early Roman